Hello everyone, my name is Kanya Shafira. I'm from 9B. Today I'm going to present to you my research about the influence of TikTok on Generation Z's social behavior. Here are the table of contents. First is introduction, next is result and data analysis, and lastly, summary and recommendations. Before we jump into the introduction, I'm going to tell you about the Islamic value first. The concept of fear of being left out, or we can call it as FOMO, among Generation Z can be related to Surah Al-Hadid verse 20. The worldly life is only play, amusement, and mutual boasting. This verse reminds that chasing trends or social approval should not control behavior. In relation to TikTok, Generation Z is encouraged to use the platform wisely, uh, not merely to follow trends out of fear of being left out, but for meaningful and beneficial purposes. Now that we have discussed the Islamic value, I'm going to tell you about the background of the problem. TikTok has rapidly become one of the most popular social media platforms among Generation Z in Indonesia. Its creative and easy to use features make Gen Z rely on TikTok for entertainment, information, and social trends. However, the platform's popularity also affects their social interaction and behavior, making many young people feel pressured to stay updated with trends to avoid feeling left behind. This strong influence raises concerns about how TikTok shapes their daily social life. And here is the problem statement. First, how intense is TikTok usage among Generation Z? Second, what are the impacts of TikTok on the social interactions of Generation Z? Next is research objectives. First one is to identify the intensity of TikTok usage among Generation Z. Second is to describe the influence of TikTok on the social behavior of Generation Z. Next up is research method. This research uses a descriptive method involving Generation Z respondents aged 13 to 28. Data were collected through questionnaires and presented using pie charts, also bar charts. In this section, I will present the result and data analysis. First question, what is your age range? Most respondents are between 13 and 15 years old, making up 54.8% of the participants. Next question, are you a TikTok user? Almost all respondents use TikTok, within 96.8% answering yes. Next question, how often do you use TikTok? The majority of respondents spend more than 1 hour per day on TikTok. The highest percentage is 35.5% spend more than 3 hours daily. Next question, what type of content do you watch the most on TikTok? Based on the results, the most watched content category is tips and tricks at 67.7%, followed by educational, cooking, and skincare content, each at 58.1%. Also, mukbang and fashion content. They are less popular but still commonly watched. Next question, does TikTok affect how you socialize? If yes, in what way? TikTok influences their social behavior, especially in conversation topics, each at 38.7%. Next question, to what extent does TikTok influence your behavior in social interactions? Well, about 45.2% of respondents feel that TikTok is influential on their social behavior, while 38.7% feel neutral. Next question. Do you feel the need to follow TikTok trends to be considered cool? More than half of the respondents feel neutral about following TikTok trends to be seen as cool, while 29% say it is not necessary. Next question. Should TikTok usage be limited to avoid negative impacts on real life social behavior? Most respondents said 71% agree that TikTok usage should be limited to prevent negative social impacts. Next question. What is your main reason for using TikTok? Most respondents use TikTok for entertainment and to feel free time, while others use it to find information, get inspiration, or follow trends. Next question. Is your personality different on TikTok compared to real life? Most respondents say yes, at the percentage of 41.2%. Next question. Do you think people around you change their behavior because of TikTok? Many respondents observe changes in people around them, especially in how they speak and trend following behavior, although the impact differs depending on each individual. Lastly, summary and recommendations. The study concludes that TikTok significantly influences users' social behavior, lifestyle, and communication patterns. However, most respondents understand the importance of limiting TikTok usage so it does not disrupt real-life social interactions. And here are the recommendations. First, users should use TikTok wisely and avoid being easily influenced by negative trends. Second, TikTok should be used for positive purposes such as learning and creativity. Third, support and supervision from friends or family are needed to prevent negative social impacts. That is all from me. Thank you for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.